Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Masterpiece. Our goal here is to inspire people to get active, to stay active, to be inspired, and to be an inspiration. Today's masterpiece, a true inspiration, joining us internationally. That's right. The masterpiece has gone international. From the United Kingdom, we have 61-year-old athlete, Miss Katie Holmes. Stand by to hear her journey, her fitness journey, her process, and to hear a little about her life after this intro.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
Hello, Miss Holmes from the UK. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on the show. I must say, this is the first. I know you're a history writer, so you just made history for this podcast. You are the first international masterpiece we've had on this show.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, so thanks for coming and supporting our goal to inspire people to get active, to stay active, to be inspired, and to be an inspiration. So hopefully your story inspires at least one person. If it does, we've done our job. So getting right into it. So running for 13 years, how did you get into running? What led you into running and to start running?
Well, I hadn't really thought I'd ever become a runner, to be honest, but I was a trustee of a charity that works with families, and we got some relay places in the Robin Hood Marathon, which is in Nottingham, where I live every September.
Oh wow.
And so then, of course, we had to, some of us had to volunteer to run in this marathon relay. So the race was in September 2011, and I started running in February that year. So I was 47 then, and I just started off run walking and just gradually built up. And then in the September, I was ready to run 5 miles, one of the relay legs.
Oh wow. So you've never ran, competed, participated in any running before 47?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I, I mean, when I was at school, we just did, I guess, sprinting.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything else. We didn't do cross country. So I'd never done any cross country racing until I was in my 40s, and I'd done other things. I'd done a martial art, and I'd done walking and aerobics and all kinds of different things. But yeah, running had never particularly appealed to me.
Yeah, so did it? How did you feel when you started running and you just kept going? How did it feel? I mean, did you feel like you discovered a new talent, or what was the feeling?
I think initially, it felt really hard, like it does for most people, and I think really it was probably took me a few months before I really got into it. It was probably like the following year that I started to really kind of get into running and to start to enjoy it more.
Oh wow! So did y'all win that relay?
Sorry?
Did y'all win? Did you win the relay?
No, we didn't, but we were raising money for the charity. So, that was what mattered.
Well, yeah, I guess you got a personal victory there. So yeah, so good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Thank you.
So so you started running and you've been running now for 13 years.
Yeah.
What have you learned anything about yourself? Or has running taught you anything about yourself?
I think I find running just really liberating and really empowering. I love being outside, and I think just that experience of using your body, moving yourself, using your sort of natural power and strength that you don't necessarily know that you have. You can kind of discover that through running. And also, I think that just for me, doing things that I never thought I would do, like cross country racing and racing on a track, that was completely new to me. So yeah, it's been a great experience.
Okay, well, good job, good for you. So what's been your, I guess, your proudest achievement? What are you most proud of, as far as when it comes to running?
Uh, I think there are a few things where I've had to train really hard, and one of them was when I trained all summer to try and run a mile in under 7 minutes, and on the track. And I thought it was going to be quite easy because the previous year I'd run pretty close to 7 minutes, and I'd been getting faster. And I thought, well, I only need to take off a few seconds,
Yeah.
and actually I did 5 mile races that year, and it was only the last one that I achieved my goal and ran 6:58:77, and I'd actually given up by that point, so I think I'd taken the pressure off myself. And yeah, that was the sort of last race of the season as well, so that was a great feeling being able to do that.
Oh wow, that's one heck of an accomplishment. I ran track and field in college, so I'm very familiar with track and field. And I don't know, how old were you when you ran that 6:58?
That was 6 years ago. Yeah. So I was, yeah,
What?
55.
Oh wow, to run a 7 minute mile 55. That's
Well, it's actually not that fast, but I think that the thing that's important to me as well is like being there and just doing what, trying to achieve your potential, trying to do the best that you can do. Um, yeah.
I know some 37s that can't run a 7 minute mile. I mean, I guess both men and women. So to run it at 55, and I mean not just to run it, but to set your goal, to achieve it, and then to actually accomplish that goal. And I mean, I think that's a pretty fast time for a 55-year-old. So good job to
Oh,
you.
thank you.
So so do you have a life philosophy? And if you so, what would be what principle or what model guides your life?
I think I would say it's all about learning for me, like as you go through life. So, sort of learning more about yourself, but, taking on new challenges, getting interested in new things. Um, that's probably what kind of really drives what I do. Um, and then I think the other thing is just finding ways to be part of a community, and that's one of the great things about running is that it makes you part of a community.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a great segue to the next question. How has running impacted or how has it changed your life?
I think wow, just so much, because of course one of the things about running is that you tend to get a bit obsessed with it, so you tend to do quite a lot of it, and I think it sort of becomes a sort of structure for you, for your day to day.
Yeah.
But I think as I mentioned before, that feeling of, achieving things that you didn't know you could do. And
Hmm.
I love the fact that there's always a personal challenge. So there's always, whatever age, however fast or however slow you are, there's always a challenge that you can set yourself. So that really motivates me. And then I think the other thing, as I just said, was like that sense of community. So I go to Park Run, which is a 5K run every Saturday morning, in a local park. They're all over the UK. There are some in the States as well. And I've just got to know so many people through that, and it's a really kind of joyful thing to do.
Okay, very nice. So, I mean, how are you able to do it each day in and day out? So if you run day in and day out, I mean, what character trait, what characteristic keeps you going?
Um, I think I think you've got to enjoy it. You've got to. It doesn't mean you're going to enjoy every single run that you do, and racing's really hard, and you don't
Yeah.
necessarily enjoy it in the moment. But I think you have got to. It's got to be something that you enjoy doing. And then I think for me, there's just that sort of determination, really, to to achieve my goals, whatever they are. Yeah.
Okay. So how many races have you ran in 2024? What has your year looked like this year?
Well, it's been a really strange year for me because I had a hamstring injury, and I've just been recovering from that, and also a family bereavement, and so there's been quite a lot of things going on. So I've actually not raced that much. I've been going to the gym twice a week and trying to build up my strength. I did a 10-mile race in February, and then in the summer I did a 5-mile race. And then I decided that I needed to set myself a goal to get myself back into running and to encourage me to train. So I entered a marathon, and I ran a marathon on the 6th of October. That is actually all of the races that I've done so far this year, which is for me is very few. You know, usually I would run maybe, well, if you include cross country and track races, I'd probably have run at least 20 races by now.
Oh wow. So marathon, 26 miles. I mean, to look back and know that you ran 26 miles on your two legs, how does that make you feel?
I do feel proud of myself for doing it, um, even though actually I didn't run 26 miles. I was running and walking, and I was, you know, it took me a long time, but I just feel it. I think whatever time you do in a marathon, it's an achievement just because it's, you know, it's always tough to cover 26 miles. So for me, I've not really got to grips with the marathon distance yet. I've done three,
Yeah.
and um, I think someday I might come back and, you know, try and really train hard for one, and you know, see if I could do a faster time. But I'm happy with the ones that I've done.
Yeah, hey, kudos to you. I mean, there's a small percentage of people that actually compete and actually cover that distance. I mean, it's a tough race. I mean, it's a 26 miles is a long distance.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've done
Especially,
one, so I
have you?
know what it feels like. Yeah, so I know what it feels like to get it 18 miles and know you got 8 miles left, and
Yeah,
it seems like the shorter the distance, the longer it is away for whatever reason.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
And
so kudos to you. So good job.
the
So
race.
hamstring. So you got a hamstring injury, and of course, I guess that takes you out of running, takes you off the road. You can't put your running shoes on. How did it impact you mentally?
Um, Actually, I kind of felt okay with it. I just focused on different things. So I started going swimming in a lake in a local park. It's like an organized swim session you can do. And I started going to the gym in January, which has been great. So I know a lot of people get really, really frustrated if they can't run,
Yeah.
and but for me, I had a lot of other things that wanted to do, and doing my sports history research and stuff like that. So yeah, mostly it was okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. I injured my shoulder from lifting weights, and yeah, it impacted me mentally more than it did physically. So I felt like I had lost my whole world when I
Yeah.
was not able to go to the gym. But being a history writer, have Katie Holmes yourself, have you made any history? If so, what history do you own?
I don't really think that I own any history, but I guess one of the things that I think is that one of the things that's good about running as you get older is that you're showing up for people your age and showing what you can do. And I have had people say to me, like after a track race, the first track race that I did, an open track race where I was just racing against children, it was 1,500 meters.
Oh wow.
And I was dead last by a long, long way. And afterwards, a few months later, I met a man at a race, and he said to me that it was seeing me race that had made him think, "Oh, I'm going to get back into doing track races," because he'd been at the event with his child, and he'd seen me racing and thought, well, I'm going to have go back to it and have a go at track. So I think that's the kind of impact that I'd really like to have.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's a true. I mean, I go to like I said, I ran road races, did the marathon, and I was always inspired and always encouraged. I guess the older crowd out there that was out there getting it and getting in and finish those races. That hey man, that's a beautiful thing to see because they are a true inspiration to everyone for the most part. So kudos to you for inspiring people in your local community, and it sounds like you lead a very active life. So I don't know, did you come from an active family, or this is something just inside of you?
Yeah, we were quite active when I was growing up. I'm really grateful to my parents for that. So we used to go out when we were on holiday and things. We'd go for walks, and that was a big part of sort of out in the hills. And my dad played tennis and coached children playing tennis, and he was also a runner. And yeah, I think we did quite a lot of of and we always used to play outside and stuff like that and climb trees. And yeah, it was quite different when I was growing up to how it is for children now.
Oh wow, yeah, I can. Yeah, the good old days. Yeah, wish we could go back to the good old days. But so what's next? So unfortunately, you had a challenge in 2024. Sorry for your loss and everything else. So what's next for 2025? What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, my aim now is to get back to doing cross country, and then next season to do track again. So I've actually got a cross country race on Saturday, and that's going to be my first race for uh, about getting on for I think about 2 years, nearly, yeah, more than 2 years, I think, or about two
Wow.
years. Yeah, so it's yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So you nervous, or what's your feelings right now?
Uh, I'm a bit nervous about it because I know that, like, usually I wouldn't be like right at the back of the field in cross country, but this time I think I probably will be. I just don't know how it's going to go. Um, I'll just have to see on the day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so well, good luck with your race on Saturday, and I
Thank
guess
you.
everything you hope to achieve and accomplish in 2025. Even hey, for the rest of the year, 2025, good luck to you. But before we go, can you share with us or give us a motivational message? Motivate us.
I think I'd say it's about finding that thing that you love and doing that thing with fitness. So it doesn't have to be running. It just finding something that you love, where you can find a community of people that you feel comfortable with. That would be my message, really.
Okay. Well, thank you for that message. I don't know. Do you want to give any advertisements or give any shout outs to anyone, your running group, a trainer, a coach, or anybody?
Well, I guess I'd say to, yeah, my running club, which is Home Pierpont Running Club, and my gym, which is the Fitness Collective here in Nottingham. Um, and also to my sister Judith, because she came and supported me at the marathon, and she's supported me at other races as well.
Okay, well, very nice. And good luck to those communities, to your sister Judith, and to yourself as well. Like I said, the masterpiece, our goal here is to encourage, inspire people to get active, to stay active, to be inspired, to be an inspiration. Hey, you are definitely an inspiration to me. You are a true masterpiece. I wish you well as you go forward in your races, your recovery from your hamstring injury, and hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, be great to catch up in the future. Yeah, and good luck with the podcast.
Yeah, and if I'm ever in Nottingham and I want to pick up a road race or whatever the case may be, then I would definitely look you up.
Great.
Yeah. So I don't know any parting thoughts.
I think no, it's great. I've had a great chat with you. Thank you for having
Okay.
me on.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for supporting this initiative. So, Katie Holmes, first international athlete, true masterpiece, true inspiration. Thank you, ma'am, for your time. Good luck to you. This has been the masterpiece. Get active, stay active, be inspired, but more importantly, be an inspiration. Till next time.